and welcome to Gay Pride Month. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. And to start off, we are playing Baked Magic. I've been so excited to play this game with you guys. I got this game in a Humble bundle or an itch.io bundle. It was an itch.io bundle. A long time ago, and I've played it not all the way through yet, but I've played some of it, and it is so fun and so cute, and it's so wonderful. It's the gayest game ever, guys. I fucking love it. As a member of the community as well, it's just so wonderful to be here doing this with you guys. I can't express how wonderful this is to be doing this. I'm just so happy to be here on Pride Month, being able to play games for you guys. I want to be able to represent all of the communities as much as I can this month, so I'm super hyped to get started with this one. Now, just a little background on Baked Magic. It actually started off as a Kickstarter. And it was done by, let's see here, 4 amazing people, and you can find them on the Kickstarter. I'm going to put in the description, but excuse me, their writer, programmer, and artist, all combined, was Red Chan. Their proofreader was Nuru Puff. Chibi artist is This Kid That Kid. Music composer Shoko, and sound effects was Jeff Penny. If you would like to know, let's see here. Additional music was from Tim Reichert and Kevin McLeod. And additional visual resources were from freepick.com. So yes, and they have all of this information up on their Kickstarter. And to make this, they only needed, they made this game off of 827 Australian dollars. And their goal was only 450 Australian dollars. So they way overshot their goal, which is amazing. I couldn't believe that when I saw it. I was like, you can make a game off of just that? It's truly awesome. But Baked Magic is just a short visual novel that follows this wonderful lady right here. Her name's Lana. She's a witch who owns a bakery, and she's taken on an apprentice. And the apprentice has not gotten the hang of magic yet, and she's just a cute little bean, and I love her. And occasionally they are visited by this wonderful knight, and she's also super cool. She's like the coolest person ever. They occasionally make deliveries to the castle and stuff like that, and I've not met any other characters besides the 3 of them yet, but apparently there are so many more characters if you scroll down on the Kickstarter page. But yes, I'm so excited to play this. Also, Baked Magic, because it is a visual novel type of game, was sponsored by WITPOP, which is backed by itch.io, which is awesome. But WITPOP has made other games like Elle's Kitchen. I'm a side character in a BL story. I'm a love interest in my childhood friend's reverse harem. And they're currently working on 2 other games. The love interest gets their own game, and Wrong Number. That one, it looks like it's going to be an NSFW game though, but still, it's super cool to see what they're doing. I'm also going to post their website at the end of this, but it looks like, what's it called? It looks like I'm a love interest in my childhood friend's reverse harem is at its 1-year anniversary. which is super cool. So, yeah. But another cool thing to know about Baked Magic is that they gave this game out for free. You can get this game for free, I believe, on itch.io. On itch.io. I don't know about Steam, but I know that they said on here that they gave it out completely free. Yeah, it says completely free. That's right. The final game will be completely free. So yes, because it features some custom music tracks, diverse LGBT plus cast, point and click mini games, branching dialogues determined by your choices, which is awesome, animated visuals, custom sound effects, and completely free. So yes, I'm so excited. But now that you know a little background about this game, let's get into it because I'm so excited. Oh, it's so cute. Perfect. Once the apple cinnamon muffins are done, we'll be finished with today's baking. I think I'll open the store a little early today. Lana, come quickly! What's the matter, Elliot? I started a fire! Oh! Elliot, where's the fire? Right here! Oh, you mean you conjured fire? When you said you started a fire, I thought you had set fire to the kitchen. All right. Again. My name is Lana Elliot, and I run this bakery. No way, I'm not that careless. At least not anymore. This little ball of energy is my apprentice, Elliot Ardia. I wasn't able to control my fire magic at all last week, but I practiced really hard and I finally got the hang of it. I wanted to show you how much I improved. And we're witches. Oh, my fire! What am I going to do with you? Later that morning. Lana, I can't find the powdered cinnamon. It's on the shelf next to the clove. Okay. I've had this bakery for a little over 3 years now. It's always been my dream to open up this store and share my delicious snacks and remedies with the people of Perinia. I found it! Good work, Elliot. Elliot was one of my first customers I ever had, and back then I hadn't realized that she was a witch. Last year she came to me saying she wanted to learn how to use magic and bake. Lana, look! I finished dusting the apple cinnamon muffins. Don't they look appetizing? Initially, I was reluctant. Get it? Get it? Appetizing. It's like appetizing, but with apples, because I'm holding apple cinnamon muffins. Yes, well done. Could you please put them on the display stand? But even after I turned her down so many times, she still visited the store and begged me to teach her. Aw, you didn't even laugh at my amazing joke. She's very persistent. Last month, I finally agreed to take her on as my apprentice. Ha! That didn't sound sincere. And things at the bakery have been more lively ever since. Good morning. Morning! Here comes our number one customer. How is life at the castle going, Jayne? This is Jayne Doe. She is the royal knight that comes to the bakery every morning to buy a blueberry lavender muffin. It's going fine. You know, I can't say much about what happens at the castle. We served together during the war, and you can say what we've been through a lot together. Aw, stingy. Should I get your usual, Jayne? If you would, thanks, Lana. I'm grateful she still comes to visit me every morning. Jayne, are you alright? You have bags under your eyes. Thanks for your concern, Elliot, but I'm fine. There's a lot going on at the castle at the moment, so I haven't been sleeping well for the past couple of nights. Would you like something to help you sleep? Ooh. Let's suggest a sleep remedy. Just for now. Let's see. If you're having trouble sleeping, I could mix up a potion for you to take before you going to bed. A sleeping potion? I'm not sure. Don't worry, it won't knock you unconscious straight away. The potion I have in mind will just help you relax and make it easier for you to fall asleep within 5 to 15 minutes of taking it. Are there any side effects? You'll wake up normally and feel refreshed and no adverse side effects. Nothing like the potions we used to use during the war. Ah, that's great. To think the potions we once used on our enemies to induce nausea are now being used to serve nobles as liquor. Yes, but they are often far less potent now than they used to be. Wow, I didn't know that. I hope you're paying attention, Elliot. Consider that today's lesson. Oh, I need a quill. I need a quill. Just wait. She's so studious. I'm surprised you decided to take her on as an apprentice. Hiya, Nan, a moose. Let's see, I've taken sleeping potion before. A bottle said chloroform, I think. Oh no, that's not okay. Whoops. Also, welcome to my chat. Thank you. I didn't realize I was streaming, actually. I meant to just record. Welcome. That's why I haven't changed my Stardew Valley logo yet. Whoops. Welcome regardless. Thank you. I thought after the war you would have restrained from training witches. This is different from back then. I'm teaching her to use magic to create, not to destroy. Has she baked anything using her magic yet? Not yet. She's still learning how to bake without magic. She can never seem to find the right ingredients when she needs them. Not a simple task, I see. Very true, but I do like her enthusiasm. I was going to say it wasn't Stardew Valley, but yeah. No, yeah, it's... Nope, not a mod. Nope, it's I was supposed to be recording and now I'm realizing, oh crap, I'm not recording. So that's fine. It's all good. So this is fine. I'll just put this out as is. It's fine. It'll be a double fun adventure for everyone on YouTube. Okay, I'm ready. Please repeat everything that you said. Oh wait, that's right, Elliot. Please repeat everything that you said before. I'd like it too. It's refreshing. What's refreshing? Oh, So, Elliot, what am I going to do with you? Did I miss something? Shall I make the potion and deliver it to the castle tonight, Jayne? If you would, thanks. Oh, I can drop it off for you. How do you plan on getting to the castle? I can walk. You haven't been practicing how to fly, have you? I can do it. I can't control more than one element like you can, Lana. I can barely make fire. How do you expect me to use wind magic so soon? Conjure fire. Please let me do the delivery. I'm not as magically gifted as some of the other witches in town, but you were still willing to take me on as your student. I want to prove my worth as your apprentice, with or without magic. When you're this determined, how could I possibly say no? Woohoo! Good for you, Elliot. I'll greet you at the castle gates after sundown. All right, I will see you then, Jayne. I hope your potion works, Lana. Do you doubt my skill? Never. I'll see you, Elliot. See you, Jayne! So, what type of sleeping potion are you going to make, Lana? Just a simple one. Would you like to help? Yes, please! I feel like I'm learning a lot today. I'm glad you think so. There's more to witchcraft than just summoning and conjuring. Knowledge of the world around us will also improve our ability to brew potions and perform acts of alchemy. Scribble. First, we'll need to gather all the ingredients. What do you need? First, for this potion, I'll need some valerian root, passion flower, and peppermint leaves. All of these can have sedative effects on the consumer, but have varying degrees of effectiveness. So, they also differ in taste. The peppermint will be used as the main aromatic component. Ooh, okay. Do we have all of these things? We do, but what? Elliot. Yes? Did you by chance move things around in my kitchen this morning? Well, you see, I took some of the ingredients off the shelf when I was looking for the cinnamon, but then I forgot where everything went, so I just put them back where I thought they should go. Oh, I see. I'm so sorry. I've messed up your kitchen. No, it's fine. I should have been supervising you instead of putting the other muffins on display. We'll just have to look around the kitchen to find them. Okay. Lana? Yes? What are the ingredients you needed again? Valerian root, passion flower, and peppermint leaves. I'll write you a note. Thank you! Okay, let's have a look around. Alright, valerian root, passion flower, and peppermint. We can't touch those. What is this? I don't need sage right now. Okay. I found the peppermint. Cool. These look like roots. Ah, here's the valerian root. And then we need the flower. I love the smell of jasmine, but that's not what I'm looking for. It got really loud. Let's see, according to Valentine's Day, passion fruits are just roses. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe it's... Oh, nope, that's rosebud. I don't need any rosebuds right now. Maybe in a couple of weeks. Ah, I see. These are goji berries. They're delicious, but not what I'm looking for. Lemon balm? Oh, that's basil. Okay, what's... Green tea later. Nope, that's... Nope. Ah! Oh no, that's fine. Oh, hi, Dee! I saw you were streaming, can't stay for long, but good luck with your stream. Thank you, Dee, I appreciate it. It was an accidental stream. What's this? This is not where the cinnamon is supposed to be, yes. What is the passion flower doing over here? Well, at least I was able to find it. Looks like we found all the ingredients. Now I can make the potion. Hooray! I actually had fun looking for the ingredients. Maybe we can do that again. Please don't mess up my kitchen anymore, Elliot. Sorry. Oh. Elliot, please mind the front store and serve any customers while I work on the back. Okay, I won't let you down. I'm sure you won't. Later that evening. Let's see here. The rest of the day goes by rather uneventfully. I take my time preparing the potion and making sure to use the correct measurements. Using too much or too little of any ingredient can change the potency excuse me, and taste of the potion. Ooh. At the end of the day, we close the bakery, and I give Elliot a box with the potion inside to deliver to Jayne. One speedy delivery to the castle coming right up. Be careful! It would be faster for me to fly to the castle by myself, but I admire Elliot's passion and determination. When I first took her on as my apprentice, she caused me a lot of trouble. She constantly made mistakes while baking, and her aptitude for magic was quite low, even for someone her age. But she tries her best, and I find that endearing. I have never met someone as dedicated and determined about baking as her. I can't help but want to support her and encourage her. I hope she doesn't get lost on her way to the castle. The next day... Oh boy. I wake up early in the morning and I make my way downstairs to the bakery. It is still dark in the kitchen. With a flick of my wrist, the fireplace is lit. Not all witches in Perina are born with the ability to use magic. Most develop a spark during childhood, but in rare cases, some people can train themselves and force a spark to ignite in adulthood. Elliot is one of the latter. She has been training since adolescence, but only ignited her spark last year. I admire her determination and perseverance. I, on the other hand, am one of the former. I first developed my spark when I was 8. Another child in my neighborhood had dug out the sunflowers I had been growing. I was so enraged I had spent weeks growing those flowers. I raised my hand to grab at his arm, and the earth beneath him rose and began to engulf him instead. That was the first time I ever used magic. Luckily, he was also with a witch. He conjured a wave of water to wash over us, and it would help cool me down. It turned out he had picked the flowers because he wanted to give them to a girl he liked. After talking together, he promised not to take things from someone else's garden again, and I generously gave him the sunflowers to give to his crush. He came to me the next day crying because she had rejected him. I guess even magic can't save a person from the pains of heartache. Lana? I walk over and unlock the back door. Morning, Lana. Good morning, Elliot. Did you manage to deliver the potion last night? I sure did. Oh, and listen to this. Last night there was a lot of commotion at the castle. Commotion? The guards were running around frantically, and several messengers were entering and exiting the castle last night. What do you suppose was the cause? Do you think it's unordinary for there to be so much movement at the castle? I'm not sure. Perhaps the guards were looking for something or someone. Or maybe the king was sending out declarations of war to the neighboring nations. Or maybe even love letters. You have such an active imagination. I like that about you. Thank you. You won't need to worry about King Carl declaring war on anyone anytime soon. How can you be so sure? Because the last war just recently ended, many lives were lost, including the Queen's. Her last wish was for the prince and princess to live in the world of peace and harmony. I doubt the king would do anything to take this life that she helped build away from their children. Have you so much faith in the king? Or you have so much faith in the king? I did serve under him during the war. I did serve under him during the war. After all, I would say I know him pretty well. Can you tell me more about the war? I didn't ignite my spark until after it ended, and so I was never exposed to the battlefield. There isn't a lot to say. The slime monster suddenly appeared one day, and King Carl enlisted the aid of all the witches throughout Perinia to banish them. Jayne served in the war too, right? Even though she isn't a witch. Yes, many skilled fighters fought in the war, but without the use of magic, they were in the front lines and most were injured. What were the slimes like? Slimy. Aw, that's not very informative. There were many different types of slimes. Some were like water elementals, and some were like fire. Is that how Jayne got her scar, fighting a slime? You ask a lot of questions, Elliot. Why don't we start making some simple vanilla muffins for today's sales? Ooh, I can do that. Of course you can. I'll be here to guide you. Do you know what ingredients we need? I sure do. We'll need flour, milk, vanilla beans, sugar, and is that all? You'll also need oil, eggs, and oil and eggs to add moisture and to a soft texture to the muffins, as well as a pinch of salt to enhance the flavor of the sugar and vanilla bean. Oh, I need to write that down. Didn't you write this down last time? I forgot where I left the notes. Oh, Elliot. Later that morning. The morning kicks off with the two of us baking all sorts of delicious treats. Before I knew it, the time that Jayne routinely comes to visit has arrived. Good morning. Morning, Jayne. Good morning, Jayne. How did you sleep last night? About that. I'm sorry, Lana. I didn't get the chance to take the potion last night, even though you went through all the trouble of brewing and delivering it to me. Oh, it's nothing to apologize over. Why didn't you take it? I really shouldn't say. Aw, please. I'm also curious. After I went to all the trouble to making the potion for you, at least owe me an explanation for my efforts. I already paid you coin for the potion, Lana. You can repay me with something else for that. The emotional trauma of having my product used, it hurts my feelings. In my legs, I had to walk such a long distance to deliver it. Yes, poor Elliot. We demand compensation in form of a castle gossip. The old you would never stoop to such trivial excuses, Lana. Is this your doing, Elliot? Very well. We had a few messengers from the neighboring nations arrive, so I had to escort them around the castle. Why were there so many messengers? I saw a few when I came by. They were returning responses to the king's invitation. The king's invitation? Yes. You see, the king plans to hold a ball in a couple of days, and all the nobles in the Perennia will be attending, as well as some ambassadors from the neighboring nations. Wow, a ball! Luca will also be attending. Who's Luca? Another witch that Lana and I are acquainted with. He's a childhood friend of mine. You could say. I'm not surprised he's attending. He is a noble after all. He has a tendency to fall madly in love with every man, woman, and anything in between that he meets. A real hopeless romantic. It's best if you keep safe distance from him. Oh, okay. What's the occasion? The princess's betrothment. Betrothment? She's getting married? How is she going to marry? I'm not sure yet. That I'm not high enough in the chain of command to be informed. But the princess has requested to specifically have your muffins served at the ball. She did? Yes. Wow! Why would she request my muffins specifically? She eats your blueberry lavender muffins every day. It makes sense that she would want her favorite food at her betrothment ball. The muffins you buy every morning have been for the princess? Yes. I didn't know that. Well, Lana, your food is being eaten by royalty. I suppose I should feel honored. I actually thought Jayne was the one eating my muffins. So it turns out she wasn't coming to visit me, but was instead running an errand for the princess every day. I'm not sure how this makes me feel. Anyway, the king wishes to order 500 assorted muffins from you for the night after tomorrow. Can you do it? I can't decline the request from the king, now can I? No, I guess not. You will, of course, be invited to attend the ball as well. Okay, well, the night after tomorrow, correct? I should be able to get that done. I assume Elliot will want to help with this order. You bet I do! Excellent. Consider it done. Thank you. Are you alright? Yes, please don't worry about me. I'll just take my usual muffin and return to the castle. Alright. I go beyond the counter and place the blueberry lavender muffin into the carrying bag. For some reason, I put a fancier bag than usual, opting for a black pouch with gold hemming instead of the plain tan one. Here you go. Thank you, Lana. Did I subconsciously try to present the muffin in a more sophisticated manner because I knew it was meant for royalty? I'll be back in the same time tomorrow. Have a good day, Jayne. Oh, she leaves fast. She leaves, but not before showing a pained look in her face. Jayne didn't look happy when talking about the princess's betrothment. I had a feeling I knew why, but it wasn't my place to say. Elliot, I think the pumpkin seed muffins will be almost finished by now. Try to ignore it and carry on running with the bakery. I'll go check. That evening, we go about the rest of the day, serving customers and baking as per usual. When I close up the bakery, Elliot tells me she has a prior arrangement and is unable to stay. I'm sorry, I can't stay back to help you clean up today. Don't worry about it, Elliot. Make sure you get home safely, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, you're so understanding. See you tomorrow, Lana. I locked the door behind her. I'm still bothered by the look on Jayne's face as she spoke to us this morning. She was definitely troubled by the princess's betrothment. I'm not surprised. Jayne has been in love with the princess since she became a royal knight. Her eyes would light up and sparkle when they spoke to each other. I only seen them speak together once, but it was obvious then that Jayne had fallen in love. I hope she doesn't do anything crazy leading up to the ball. The next day. Lana, my arms are getting tired from all this mixing. How do you even do this every morning? I suppose this would be a good time to teach you how to use a magic to mix the batter. Really? Yes! I need a quill and please wait. Maybe she should start carrying a quill and ink around with her. Okay, I'm ready. Let's begin by beating the eggs. Since your initial spark element was fire, Elliot, you should also have a slight connection with both the wind and earth elements. We'll be harnessing the wind element for today's lesson. Okay! First, pinpoint a specific part in the eggs to focus your magic. Next, we want to mix the batter in a circular motion so we will want to focus our magic around the bowl. We continue channeling our magic around the bowl. That's it! Sounds easy, but I'm sure I'll make mistakes. Do you want to watch me do it again? Yes, please. Okay, but after this, I want to see you give it a go. And that's how we do it. Whoa, you made that look so easy, Lana. Thank you, Elliot, but the flattery won't improve your magic skill. I know. Okay, I think I'm ready to give it a try. Good luck. Oh, eee! Calm down, Elliot. When you panic, you can accidentally channel your spark element. In your case, it would be fire. Oh, okay. Just take a few seconds to calm down. Shall we try again? One more time. Seems she's getting the hang of this. I can see some real potential. Great work, Elliot. I could mix it all day. Very good. But I think we should stop here for today. What? But I'm on fire right now. I didn't mean it like that. Water, I need water. You got too excited. Sorry. We still have a long way to go. After some time, you did pretty well with making today's batch. But the amount of times I lit batter on fire... I'm so sorry I wasted so many ingredients. It's quite all right, Elliot. I knew what I was getting myself into when I accepted you as my apprentice. Lana, you're so kind. Oh, here comes Lana, I need your help. Excuse me? The king. He plans to wed the princess off to the first man that he can defeat his fighter in a duel at the ball tomorrow night. Oh my gosh, I cannot read. Let's try that again. He plans to wed the princess off to the first man that can defeat his fighter in a duel at the ball tomorrow night. What? I need you to create a potion to turn me into a man. What? Please, I'm begging you. It's the only way I'll be able to fight for her. I can't possibly allow the princess to marry the first man to defeat the king's chosen fighter. Who knows what sort of barbarian it could be? But there's a chance the winner could be a kind-hearted person. I can't risk it. I can't bear to the thought of her marrying a stranger she doesn't even know. Jayne, rather than her marrying an unknown man, isn't it more accurate to say you can't bear the thought of her marrying someone other than you? I'm just a knight, and I'm not even a high-ranking officer. I'm an elf. My body is scarred from war. I don't have any redeeming qualities. And my biggest setback of all is that I'm a woman. What right do I have to stand by the princess's side unless I change? And you think that by turning into a man, and defeating the knight's fighter, you will be accepted to stand by her side? Yes! Fine, I will do it. I'll create a potion for you if that is what you think you need in order to win the princess's heart. Thank you, Lana. Is there really a magic potion to change Jayne into a man, though? I have never made one before, so I can't guarantee it will even work. We don't know what will happen to your body. Your body might change, but so could your state of mind. I don't even know if it will have a permanent effect or temporary. Excuse me. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm willing to take that risk. I just want to make it clear, I don't agree with this. I don't see why you need to change yourself to fight for the princess. You can easily hold your own in battle against other knights. You even fought in the war against the slime monsters. I would never be accepted as a woman, Lana. Very well. I'll make the potion tonight so you can come again tomorrow morning. Thank you, Lana. You don't know how much this means to me. Lana, are you okay? Yes. Let's get back to work, Elliot. We still have an order to prepare for tomorrow night. That evening. After I send Elliot home for the day, I sit in the kitchen in silence. The only sound I could hear is the crackling of the fireplace. Today has been both physically and mentally draining. The bakery seemed busier than usual today. Some of the customers were definitely not locals. I figured they must be visiting from the neighboring nations. Were they here to celebrate the princess's betrothment? Perhaps they too were planning to fight for the right to marry her. Even after the last customer had left, I waited well past sunset to close the bakery. I think I wanted to keep myself busy so that I could hold off on making Jayne's potion. It was going to be a long, long day tomorrow. The day of the ball. Surprisingly, I had a really good night's sleep. It is a new day today, but that does not mean the events of yesterday did not happen. It also means I have a very large order of muffins to prepare. Lana, I'm here! Open the door! Good morning, Lana! Good morning, Elliot. Thank you for coming a little earlier than usual to help with today's order. It's my pleasure. We have a lot to do today, and not enough time to do it. Oh, okay. I don't waste any time with idle chit-chat this morning. Everything I've taught you so far will be leading up to this moment. I'm going to need you to find ingredients for me and help me mix the batter. We're going to work hard and fast, and I won't be able to give you much assistance. In fact, I'll actually be timing you this time. I can handle it. All right, we ready? Yes! I'm counting on you. Elliot, please hand me the egg on the bench. Yes, Lana! Thank you, Elliot. I need more flour now. You got it! Good work, Elliot. Could you grab me some lavender in the corner? Okay! Great! You're doing well, Elliot. Finally, can you give me some blueberries from the bench? Okay! Blueberries? Perfect! You've been really helpful so far, Elliot. Are you ready to mix the batter now? As ready as I'll ever be. Great! Remember to focus very carefully. If your concentration wanders even a little, you might burn the batter. I won't let you down, Lana! I'm sure you won't. Please stop mixing this one. Ooh. The tiny spots make it a little bit hard. There we go. Oh, what a cute drawing! Oh my goodness! Oh, the chibi art. And into the oven it goes. Yay! Good job, Elliot. Not only did you work efficiently, but you were able to use magic to mix the batter. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much, Lana. I was only able to do it because I have such an amazing teacher. Flattery will only get you so far, Elliot. Fair enough to receive a reward? Perhaps. What would you like? Really? Well, maybe I'll ask for it at the ball. Are you sure? If it's something I can get you immediately, you may ask, as you may as well ask now. It's all right, Lana. I'll ask during the ball. Very well. Muffin making successful. Later that morning. Morning has been extremely hectic. I decided not to open the store today so that Elliot and I could finish working on the muffins for tonight's ball. I was mixing several bowls of batter at once using magic. A few dozen muffins were already baking, and before I knew it, Jayne had arrived at the bakery. Hello, Lana, Elliot, is anyone in? Coming! I'll get the door for her, Lana. Thank you. Morning. Morning, Jayne. I'll be with you in just a moment. Thank you. Take your time, Lana. I can see you're working very hard to finish the muffins for the ball. Have you been in the bakery's kitchen before? No, I believe this is my first time seeing the back. What do you think? It's cozy. Hey, Jayne. Yes, Elliot? About what you said yesterday. What exactly is it about the princess that you like? I nearly channeled my Spock element into the muffin batters. It's unprofessional of me, but I stopped mixing some of the bowls so that I can eavesdrop on the conversation. That's, a little embarrassing when you ask me so suddenly. Oh, sorry. But now that some time has passed, it's not so sudden anymore, right? You really are persistent. The princess is very kind and charming. Aren't I also kind and charming? Would you fight for my hand in marriage? Elliot, the princess is... Even though I am not a very interesting person, the princess will always listen to me when I ramble on during our conversations, regardless of what the topic is about. She is always encouraging me and is grateful for what I do around the castle. She may be kind, but she will still lecture me if I make a mistake. I like that responsible side of her. And at the end of the day, seeing her beautiful and sincere smile makes me makes me happy. Now how am I supposed to try and talk her out of this? Jayne. Ooh. I worked all night on the potion, but I haven't tested it yet, so I don't know if it will work. Thank you, Lana. I really do appreciate you making this for me, even though it was so sudden. Is it meant to be bubbling like that? Honestly, I don't know. Well, at least it's a pretty mix of colors. It's bi. Like me. Anyway. Oh, Elliot. You're not going to drink it now? You're not going to drink it now? I'm a little nervous. I'll drink it before the ball. Will you be okay? I said I was willing to take the risk, right? Don't worry about me. I am living with my own choices in life. If anything goes wrong, I only have myself to blame. It's not like your choices don't affect other people, Jayne. Telling us not to worry. Elliot is more upset about this than I thought she would be. If something happens to you, then we'll lose our #1 customer. I try to brighten up the mood with a joke. Lana's right. Without you, our sales would go down. You too. I promise that even if I turn into a man, a bear, or even a pig, I will still continue to come to the bakery every day to buy a muffin. You better. That's a promise, all right? Yes. That night, we finished making all the muffins before sunset, and there is still some time left before the ball, so Elliot went home to change into appropriate attire. I went upstairs to take a quick bath before changing clothes as well. And then, it was time for the ball! Oh man. They literally did not change any outfits! What? Oh, whatever. I'm fine. Oh, man. Anyway, I think that's where I'm gonna end it today, guys. We're gonna have to keep you on a cliffhanger. So, yep, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna leave you guys off on a cliffhanger. So, if you like this, feel free to leave a like and comment. I love this stuff, so and this accidental stream was probably for the best. I'll post it to my Twitch channel as well then, but this is mainly going to be on my YouTube channel. All of my themed month stuff goes on my YouTube channel. So yeah. But thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate it. But yes, and happy Pride Month, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for our first initial start of Pride. Again, this is Baked Magic, and you can find them on with their Kickstarter and on WITPOP, which is from itch.io. And this has been so much fun. I can't wait to see what happens next. So if you like this, feel free to go watch it on my YouTube channel, and just this one will be uploaded to my Twitch channel because, again, whoops, accidental stream, but that's okay. It's fine. So, but again, this has been Major Moon Candy. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I love you guys, and I will see you later. Bye!